You got all right.
Still
So
working on it.
regular show versus Totally Spies.
Regular show versus Totally
That's the
Spies.
first thing that showed up. Regular show
Regular
versus
show,
Totally
man.
Spies.
Wait,
Regular
hold
show.
on. Let's actually think about this. Let's actually think
Nah,
about
bro. I might give it to Totally Spies, bro. I'm gonna give it
That's
to
what I'm
Totally
saying.
Spies, bro. Bro, I fuck with regular show heavy. I know EJ making it seem like I'm a hater,
We've
but
talked about regular show on the channel multiple times. I don't
yes,
know where the hate is
correct.
coming from.
But I'm not hating, bro. We talked about regular show because it was relevant. But if you talk about all time greatest shows,
When has Totally Spies been relevant?
when has Totally Spies been relevant? You're absolutely insane for saying such a blasphemous statement, my
Totally
guy.
Spies had even a recent incarnation.
Yeah, bro. There was Totally Spies, then there was Awesome Spies. They rebooting Totally Spies as we speak, my
No,
guy.
you mean I think it was Amazing Spies.
Was it Amazing Spies? Man, bro, Totally Spies, bro. Think think of all the popular female shows that exist. You thank Totally Spies for being such a great
Yeah,
show.
Totally Spies is almost up there with Powerpuff Girls.
Man, Totally
Stop it.
Spies.
Stop it. It ain't up there with Power. Stop
No,
it.
it's
You're
almost there. I'm telling you.
capping, bro.
Stop it.
You
Stop
you
it.
really don't fuck with Totally
It's a
Spies,
it
bro.
was. It's good, but it don't got that
Yo,
same influence
I
of
don't think you
Powerpuff
weren't
Girls.
watching it, huh? You weren't
Nah, it
watching
was
this
good.
shit,
It
bro.
was good. It was good, but it
And
wasn't
then we
like
had that crossover with Martin Mystery.
bro,
That shit.
Totally Spies, bro. I'm not capping when I say Totally Spies
it's not on
walk.
that level, man.
Nah,
It's not
Totally
on that
Spies
level.
walk, so a bunch of shows that came after could run. Like they are literally the grandmother
Yeah,
of a
Totally
bunch
Spies
of these shows, bro.
was a nice little blend of comedy and action.
Bro. And then the representation they did for women, spot on, bro. They had all of the stereotypic tropes, and they were like, none of these things is bad. Fuck you.
Yeah, if I had to, damn, this is hard.
On regular
This is a
show.
top one. This is a hard one because I do fuck with regular show too.
It's an easy
But
decision
humor,
for me.
this is not easy because regular show did have the nice humor. It brought a lot of like mature themes back.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not gonna say it introduced them because cartoons used to have them. It
You
brought
know, the
them
only
back
reason,
in.
the
It
only,
made it interesting.
the only reason I'm gonna go with regular show is because I don't think I could like. I would rather live in a universe where regular show existed than than it didn't. And like, even if you don't have Totally Spies, we still got Martin's Mysteries, and that was a really good
Our
show
mystery not even
too.
on the list though.
It's not on the list, but that's why I'm letting it. I'm letting it rock. I'm gonna be like, I
You know
live in a
what?
universe.
I'm only gonna. It's 2v1, I guess. Like I'm gonna put some respect on the Totally Spies name.
Yeah.
Regular show still
we
wins in
gotta
the
we gotta hit
2v1.
regular show though.
Totally Spies, it's flowers though.
Yeah, yo, Totally Spies is all right. Dexter versus Adventure Time.
I'm gonna have to go with Dexter.
I'm gonna have to go with Adventure Time.
Dexter is just too much of a classic.
Dexter
This
is
one is
absolutely a classic, but
it
I
is
have to
both of
go
them
with.
are.
All right, no, you can't.
But
They both can't be
Dexter,
classics, bro.
They
Dexter's
not
the
both classics in their own, right?
Like I just like I feel
We
Adventure
used to
Time's
talk
too.
about
Adventure Time is
Dexter
too
would be-
new to be a classic, in my opinion.
No, Adventure Time could be considered a modern classic.
I
Yeah.
just cannot.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give it, bro. I'm not gonna say
You're
that.
not gonna give it
Give
the
me 10
nod.
years and
What you
I start
picking it?
calling it a classic, bro. Because Adventure Time's like epilogue only just ended, bro. It only just
Yeah, but
ended.
a show can become a
Okay.
classic.
Okay, Ray, why are you picking Adventure? Why are you picking Adventure Time though? Like, what's your reason?
Honestly, it's
Over Dexter.
huh?
No, of course you like it,
Yeah.
but why would you pick
I
it
don't
over
it's
know.
the
Dexter?
death.
Ray likes Adventure Time on a very deep level.
I really think it's the depth of the characters. I really like the story structure, the depth of the characters. They have a whole bunch of like ongoing mysteries that are like actually satisfying when you get to them. And like they have the two kinds of mysteries. There's a series long mystery, and then there's season long mysteries too. And they don't have to like give up resources to make one better than the other. And I fucks with that shit.
The reason I'm gonna go with Dexter is because Dexter's another example. Like Totally Spies was a show that had to walk so others could run. Dexter's the same thing. Without Dexter, you wouldn't get those clean Jendi. Is his name Jendi? Or is it Jendi or Jendi? Jendi Tartovsky action sequences that you get in Samurai Jack and stuff. Like that was his work.
Bro, you know I don't think Samurai Jack is on this list.
Yeah, the sound effects. Oh my god, it's crazy you didn't put Samurai Jack. But the sound effects of Dexter and everything is on point. Like they really shaped a lot of
Yeah.
cartoons using the sound effects, the action, all
Dexter's a pioneer, and I think it's one of the most successful Cartoon Network shows, if I'm not mistaken.
I
I
know.
never really watched
Adventure
Adventure
Time
Time,
is
so this is hard for me.
Remember they
up
made
there,
that.
bro.
Don't forget they made that soundtrack. So they were even doing what Adventure Time is known for, its music. They were doing that too. Remember Dexter had that whole soundtrack, the rap and all that stuff.
Yeah, there was some music in Dexter. Look,
Yeah.
look, it's not that I don't fuck with it. It's just, oh man, Adventure Time, so
Yeah, you know what would have
good.
been
It's
you know
so
what would have been
good,
real
bro.
you know what would have been real crazy?
What?
Dexter versus Jimmy Neutron.
I
Jimmy
mean,
Neutron's on Nick though.
Yeah, but it would have
we
been
might
really
get that.
crazy.
So it's 2v1 Dexter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Dexter.
I'm gonna go
I'm
with
gonna go
Dexter.
Dexter.
Damn, I'm sorry,
Adventure Time
bro.
is good. Adventure
All
Time is
right,
good. Oh
Code
my
Lyoko
god.
versus Shaolin Showdown. This nigga EJ don't know nothing about this shit.
Nah, I fuck
So
with both. I fuck with both, but
apparently you
I like.
don't, nigga. Nah,
Nah,
cause
Shaolin
bro,
Showdown was my shit. Shaolin
when
Showdown
you
was
were
my shit.
gone, he wanted me to replace one of these with regular show.
For regular show.
Wait, what?
Right?
These shows were
Right?
crazy.
That's what I was. He wanted me to get rid of one of these for regular show.
Yes.
I took
Yes.
off Flapjack for regular show. I'm gonna let you know.
Code Lyoko was an insane show.
Code Lyoko had me running home to go watch this shit. I did not run home to watch no shows until Code Lyoko dropped. And I don't mean just me. Me, my brothers, cousins, bro. Me and Husto were just talking about it. How
Everyone
we would run home to watch that shit, bro.
Everyone I know has watched Code Lyoko. Everyone I know.
Like Code Lyoko, I have to give it to Code Lyoko, especially since they're both action cartoons.
I'm gonna go with Shaolin only because I've watched Shaolin more often.
Bro, I watch Code Lyoko like every year, bro. I just be
True.
thrown on episodes, bro. That shit is peak fiction in my opinion.
Yeah, but like
crack.
one thing I really liked about Code Lyoko was when like right before they would win or sometimes they would lose, but like when they were about to lose and they have the reset button or whatever, and like things would really be going to hell.
They were literally about to die, bro.
Yeah,
and this nigga Xana, he was not pulling no punches. Like he was like, oh, here's this thing that's going to shoot lasers in your brain, like. Bro, he locked the fucking samurai and the Ganesh, the fucking Yumi. He locked them into a boiling room. They were literally being boiled to death.
Yeah. Damn, but the only reason I'll get because I feel like one of us has to give each respect. So I'll go with Shaolin. You can go Code Lyoko.
Oh, man,
I'm going Shaolin on this one.
Damn.
I thought Code Lyoko was cool, but it wasn't like that show for me.
Damn.
Not for me.
What a mistake.
I like Shaolin Showdown. I like Shaolin Showdown more.
Oh my god. Damn.
God.
R.I.P. the show that just. All right. I want to hear Vanguard's opinions on this one because this is his. This is your battle right here, bro.
Duck Dodgers is one of the. What the hell is that? Oh, sorry, I just heard something behind me. Duck Dodgers is one of the. One has one of the best theme songs ever. It has one of the best examples of that Don Quixote kind of protagonist, where he's kind of an idiot, but he still has like a little bit of a heart of gold. You know, I think that's literally what they were inspired by as they were crafting the show. And it's one of the few examples of rebooting a concept where it works. It really works because the old Duck Dodgers tunes, if you saw them, it's like they kind of changed things a lot. Has one of the greatest theme songs ever. Has some actually
banger of a song.
Has some interesting comedy and jokes in it that actually work. It kind of did the thing that Lunatics is remembered for, having future versions of various Looney Tunes characters. Duck Dodgers did it first.
Lunatics was hated.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Lunatics hated
kids loved it, but apparently everyone else hated that shit.
Yeah, Duck Dodgers did it first. Duck Dodgers had various future. I think Bugs Bunny is like the only one that didn't show up, and of course, Bugs Bunny is like Warner Brothers' other most popular, so they didn't want to overshadow him.
Yeah, you can't have in a show about Daffy Duck, you can't have Bugs show up.
Yeah, so Duck Dodgers is beautiful, but then Teen Titans,
also a banger opening, bro. English and Japanese banger openings, bro.
Memorable theme songs of all time. Like
bro, to this day, if I need to spell Titans, I sing that song.
Yeah, and Teen Titans also. One has a crazy shelf life. The show's merch was popular well after the show was already gone.
Bro, I would not be surprised. Bro, I'm pretty sure Cyborg did not matter. Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven, Star. None of these niggas mattered until they show shopped. Like
Yeah,
Robin was like a household
you're
name
not
at the time,
you're not wrong. You're
but
not
none of
wrong
these
because
other niggas mattered until this show dropped.
yeah, Beast Boy is popular. Beast Boy actually was known as Changeling. Like his name became Beast Boy again thanks to the show. Like his name was Changeling for a long time, but then when the show became popular, they turned it back to Beast Boy. And yeah, man, no one like Cyborg had a little bit of popularity, but no, he wasn't anywhere near as popular until this show came out. You're 100% right about that. Like I think the closest he had was he was in Super Friends.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Challenge of the Super Friends, I think. But like you're right, he was way more popular after this show aired. Like to the point that they did like redesign Cyborg to resemble the way he looked in the
Bro,
show.
the
And I think they
popularity of this show is unmatched because it really did put the Teen Titans on the map. Like the amount of comic books that were coming out afterwards, all the
Well, I
like
mean,
a lot of the designs did get changed, like you
Teen
said.
Titans was always one of DC's most popular properties
Yeah, but like
because
it got put on the
Yeah,
map,
on the
yo.
map. Crazy. They got put on the map crazy on
it
that
got
shit.
put on the map in the normie world. I give you that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, but
it
that's
became
the
that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
if you were a fan of comics, you already knew who these fuckers were,
Yeah,
right?
because I'm saying Teen Titans was like their big seller. Because like their only competition was like the X-Men books or the new Teen Titans books that came out in the 80s.
But like,
But I'm gonna
bro,
have to give it to Teen Titans.
yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Teen Titans
Teen
too.
Titans influence is just different.
It was just such a
Yeah.
bro. The movie insane. The fucking Trouble in Tokyo. That movie went crazy.
It was still talked about to this day. Like
Like and like I think Teen Titans at the time was one of the more darker shows. Like Code Lyoko did have those dark elements, right? But like
Teen
it
Titans
wasn't.
had adult themes, dark
Oh yeah, but I'm saying
content.
like
Yeah.
the way that they presented it, because like Code Lyoko did have those adult themes. It had those darker moments, but it was still presented like as like a kid show, right? But Teen Titans was like, nah, this is dark,
Yeah.
dirty. Like the mood and tone was allowed to be really
Yeah.
really heavy.
I
So
mean,
yeah.
but the
Definitely.
Teen Titans usually had a very lighthearted theme.
Nah, but
Well, if it
there
was in
was
Japanese,
episodes
like
where
the episodes sung the theme song in Japanese, those were the light episodes. If they sung it in English, those were the darker episodes. They even had the coded fucking just like intros and shit. Oh, are we already back onto the thing? Hold on, let me see.
yeah, that was quick. That
Nah,
would be the second round. That would be the second round because they both
yeah,
won.
I think
So you gotta do
I
the
think it's doing half by half.
all right. So do the next. Do the
I
next side.
can't like when I use
You
matchup
can't.
mode, it just goes that way.
Damn.
So I think it's just going half by. This is just the first half, but this is
I bet.
we would have to do this regardless. Like it wouldn't have mixed the other
Uh,
half anyway. So Reg Show versus Laboratory.
Well, I mean, again, Dexter's Laboratory is the show that walks so these shows could run.
Yeah,
So
especially something like Regular Show would not exist without Dexter's Laboratory.
yeah.
Yo, Dexter's
That's gonna be
Laboratory had
unanimous for me.
all the same
I
jokes
love regular
as
show, but
Regular Show. All the weird
like
shit that would just randomly happen because, bro,
the
Dexter's
adult
really just be
humor,
chilling and out of
the adult humor,
nowhere some crazy
yeah,
shit's happening.
and the adult humor being slipped in shows
Yeah,
like Dexter was a
bro, especially
pioneer.
when it involved Dexter's mom.
Yeah. Although Cow and Chicken was the worst example of the adult humor.
Cow and Chicken was filthy. Great show, great show. So yeah,
yeah, we'll go Dexter.
we're all gonna pick Dexter's Lab. Teen
Oh,
Titans
Teen
versus
Titans.
Shaolin
Teen Titans.
Showdown.
Teen Titans.
Woo-wee!
Teen Titans. Come on, bro.
Woo-wee!
Teen
Oh
Titans go to the
man,
they both
championship.
have the same story where the same part where the main character pretends to be evil briefly.
yeah, actually, but
Yeah.
they didn't shaft my nigga Omi like Omi got shafted, bro, shafted. Raymundo did not deserve none of that shit.
And especially because Raymundo did the same. Raymundo became evil because he thought he wasn't the chosen
He
one.
became evil for literally greed, bro.
Literally
Literal greed.
Yeah.
This
I'm
nigga
going.
only self-sacrificed himself. He was like, I'm doing this for the betterment of the crew, for the world. Like, he sacrificed himself. This nigga Raymundo, William was like, yo, you want that new game system? I got you, homie. You want bitches, money, power? I got you, bro.
Speaking of a creepy villain, what was her name again? The mask, the ghost thing.
Muya.
Muya, yeah, Muya was a creepy ass.
Wuya.
Muya,
Yeah.
Muya was a creepy ass villain, man.
He was. She was, man, goddamn. I really don't want to have to do it.
I'm sorry, I'm
gonna
gonna have
do
to go
this.
with Teen Titans, bro.
Go
I'm
Teen
gonna have to go
Titans.
Teen Titans too. Bro,
Unanimous.
I'm gonna say it. It's because Shaolin Showdown's 5th or 4th season, whatever the reboot was, trash.
That was
If they had
terrible.
a solid 4th season, it might have been the deciding factor. Like if they really came back and like solidified what made the first few seasons great. But yeah, we'll give it to Teen Titans. Dexter's versus Teen Titans. This is gonna be in the semifinals, right? By the way, this is it. This is for semifinals.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
It's tough.
hard.
This is Dexter's versus Teen Titans. Oh man,
I feel like Teen Titans is just way more. Like no matter what age group, it's good for all age groups.
I feel the same thing about Dexter's. I think I'm gonna pick Dexter for this.
I don't know. I feel like Teen Titans gets in go with the adults. It gets to go with the teenagers. It gets to go with the kids. I don't know if that like I can still watch Dexter's Laboratory.
You clearly don't remember Dexter's
I
Lab.
No, I can still watch
that shit
Dexter's
was
Laboratory.
made.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
But I'm saying for the demographic, like if I'm thinking outside of myself, I feel like Teen Titans just it's more accessible.
I'm gonna go with Teen Titans because I've been choosing Dexter too much.
I'm gonna pick Dexter because I picked Teen too much. So Teen
Well,
Titans wins this one, sadly. But all right, now we're on the other side. Generator Rex versus Ben 10. This should have been
Ben
the
10.
final match. All right, how about we put some constraints on this? Only up to Alien Force. Nothing past Alien Force. Or nothing past Ultimate Alien.
Omniverse?
Nothing past Ultimate Alien.
It's not that good. It has some good moments in there, but it's not.
And like I feel like
fucked with Omniverse.
Rex was matching Ultimate Alien energies anyway. That's when he crossed over in the first place. So
Damn.
I'm going Ben 10.
I think I'm also gonna go Ben 10. Cause
Bro, you got a whole watch, nigga.
I mean, bro, they basically have the same powers, right? It's basically the same show.
No,
But
Rex was cool as hell. Man, first, let me talk about the two things. Right, the shows were very similar, but the show was different in that like Rex was a lot more immature than Ben. At least until you get to Ultimate Alien and then Ben becomes really immature.
Like if it's Kid Ben, then yeah, him and Rex are the same person. But
yeah, like Rex was very much more immature. The villains were all human, so they didn't do the alien thing. Like that was something they didn't do.
They were human, but they were powerful nanite infested beings. So,
but like the themes of the show are very similar. I feel like Rex kind of went far in more with the comedy route, like a lot of slapstick humor and like
especially with the talking monkey.
Yeah, a lot of situational comedy in Rex and like characters making one-liners, like dissing Rex more often than not. Usually,
but I feel like Rex also did go a little darker than Ben 10.
Yes. Well,
I feel like overall, like there are certain aspects of Ben that got pretty dark, but overall, if you're looking at the show as a whole, it's fairly light.
Compared, it is.
Rex played around with some interesting themes, like when his brother comes back, and Rex can't be sure whether or not his brother is a fucking evil madman or not.
He literally is like, "That's my family, but is he a traitor? What am I gonna have to do if he's a traitor? Am I gonna have to end my brother, bro?"
Yeah,
these are some deep, complex thoughts that this man's having about murdering his brother.
And Rex stands out to me for the thing I always mention to Ray, where Rex tried to straight up murder somebody because he kind of suspected the guy was a robot, but he didn't know. He did not know, and he turned his hand into a sword and tried to slice the guy in half. And I was like, what if the guy turned out not to be a robot, Rex? What if he just had nanites in him or something, and you murdered this guy? That shit always stood out to me. You just straight up tried to kill him because he literally says, I wasn't sure, but now I can like confirm. Meaning he didn't give a fuck. He just like, fuck you, you suck.
This man was like, swing first, ask questions later. But the reason go on.
I would have chosen Ben 10 only because like Ben 10 has like a great like evolution of the character and just some great things that happen like when he meets himself and literally realizes how much he's changed as a person. They
like 3 times.
They had some cool things with the alternate timelines that they played around with.
One of the best runs I feel like Ben 10 went on than any of the show.
Alien Force remains one of the greatest sequels to a show that's ever existed. Like
Generally agree,
Alien Force,
especially like one that
yeah,
had such a vast time skip. Like what was it,
yeah,
what, 6 years? He was like 16, right? So he
yeah.
literally goes from being a 10-year-old kid to being 16. He's much more mature. He literally just like, damn, gotta do this thing again. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, because Alien Force takes everything from the first cartoon and kind of just makes it like it makes it gritty, but like not in like a deconstruction kind of way. Like they kind of see like they bring back a lot of the elements and you see how things have changed and how things got a little darker.
mhm.
Great
And it
show, man.
literally seems like it's only that way because he's not like a
Age.
bright-eyed, bushy, like tailed
Yeah,
kid
his
no more.
age.
He's just like,
Yeah,
I'm 16 now. Like I'm not gonna just like he's
yeah.
still like funny. He's still making jokes or whatever. But it's not the same as when you're 10.
And
Like
then you get to see Max being cool. Like you get to see him being cool and he comes back and you learn about his legendary status, why he's so legendary. I mean, I think it's kind of referenced that Max Tennyson is like very legendary in the original show.
yeah,
Like
they're
Bill
just like,
Gax,
yo, you're Max Tennyson. But like they
yeah,
show you in the sequel series.
Bill Gax and other villains knew him by name, but like you said in the sequel series, you literally see why he's so legendary. Like he's leading legions of plumbers, you
And
know?
let me not give him ideas, but in a perfect world, I'd love to see the Legend of Max. I don't want to see it in this world, but I'd like to imagine that it'd be a great show.
Yeah, we got to see it briefly. We got to see his origin, how he ended up with the plumbers to begin with.
But
Um, but
ultimately, I'm giving it to Ben 10. But and
Yeah,
I
Ben
I,
10.
I feel bad because like I feel like it's because the show does go on for a little longer, so it has a
yeah,
little more time to develop. Because like I said, like the only reason Rex is so immature, in my opinion, is because he had the newer show, and it's just easier to like attach yourself to an immature character because you get to like have fun, laugh, see them make those mistakes,
and
right?
it was also because his memory was gone, so he was
That
kind of
too.
yeah.
But
But
like
yeah, I'm gonna go with Rex only because you guys both chose Ben.
But
Yeah,
just one final thought before I pick it. It's just like I know for a fact that if they made Rex as mature as they made Ben, like the show might not have been as popular just because like it would have been kind of boring to just see this man make all the right choices, you know?
yeah, yeah. Great show, great show.
Ooh, no,
That's tough.
bro.
That's
Why would
tough.
you do this to me?
Ah, gotta
I'm
sit
going
up in
with
my
Powerpuff
chair for
Girls.
this one.
I'm going with Powerpuff Girls.
I also
And
want to
this
go with
might be the
Powerpuff
hardest matchup
Girls.
for me.
No, another example of a show that had to walk so others could run.
Like the reason
Powerpuff Girls got so much influence,
No, I'm
man.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this
Influence.
piece right now. Kids Next Door is probably one of like my top favorite kids like Cartoon Network shows.
Yeah,
Like this also is one of those shows where like the characters go through like a lot of development. Bro, go watch
My
episode
turn.
1, bro. Go watch Pool Party or what is like I think it's called
Oh
Adult
yeah.
Swim or like it's
Oh
the like
yeah.
the first fucking
They had
episode.
to swim in the kiddie pool. You talking
Yeah.
about
Like
that?
go watch that episode and then go watch one of the later episodes. You're just like, how the fuck did this show go from this to that? It's
Yeah.
actually insane. Like the characters, the relationships they had, all of the references. This show was like really well put together, really well thought out. And I'm not saying Pop Up Girl isn't, right? Pop Up Girl is also really well thought out and well put together. But holy fuck,
I
Kids
loved how
Next Door.
Codename Kids Next Door was written, man. I love how that show was written.
Kids Next
Like
Door was just like
all these different
immaculate,
personalities working in the treehouse. Like
and like all the
yeah,
love that
different
stuff, bro.
family
show like
dynamics that they had to go through and they went to
Yeah,
explore.
even
Like
the villain. Yeah, the what were they called?
the
like
delightful children from down the lane.
The delightful
Bro, the
children.
reveal that the
Father.
delightful children down the lane were actually kid. Oh my god, bro!
Yeah, that was crazy, that revelation. And then they willingly went back into
They didn't
bondage.
willingly go back. It was forcefully.
Yeah, true.
It
But
was
didn't they
forcefully.
sacrifice themselves to do it?
No, so what happened is like the first delightfulization chamber that father made was too strong, so it forced him that way permanently, right? And then it broke. And then when in the movie Z, they had a recommissioning thing, a device. He recommissioned them so they remembered themselves. But the delightfulization chamber thing was so strong, it was undoing that recommissioning. So after a while, they just went back to being the delightful children. So they used their final moments to save the world. They were like, damn, damn,
I'm gonna pick Code just because y'all pick both of y'all pick Powerpuff
damn.
Girls, but
I
this is
really wish Kids Next
yeah,
Door could
this is
go
neck and
further.
neck though. Like you can't go wrong with either one, to be
But
I
honest.
only know with Powerpuff Girls because without a show like Powerpuff Girls, shows like K&D don't come to exist.
Also, I
I
was
don't
like, we
know,
already
man.
threw
I
away
don't know.
Totally Spies. I
telling
can't
you.
throw away Totally Spies and
I'm
Powerpuff
telling you.
Girls. I
I'm
can't
telling
do
you,
both of it.
I'm telling you, it's the same because it's like how we said, like, without a show like Batman the Animated Series, shows like Gargoyles don't come about, and shows like Gargoyles don't come about. You don't get the
Yeah.
ship in animation that occurs. I'm telling you, without shows like Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, you would have just had a bunch of baby cartoons meant to sell toys.
Especially same thing with Totally Spies. Powerpuff Girls did a lot for representation of girls. Like
It did.
especially
did,
like
yeah.
it took
representation of girls,
bro. It's important because it's like because you go from having characters like Dee Dee, who's just airheaded and nothing's up there,
Yeah.
right? To having people who are literally Bubbles and Dee Dee are literally the same fucking person.
And I feel like with
But like
Powerpuff
they
Girls,
just represented
it's one of
Bubbles a
the
little bit better. That's it.
Powerpuff Girls like one of the only shows that I feel like, as far as like with cartoons and there being, there being girls as the main characters, like that gets love from both genders. Like
They
you know what
were
I'm saying?
genuinely
Like
surprised when
guys,
that shit happened too.
like guys appreciate Powerpuff Girls just as much as any other cartoon, right?
because
And
that's
it's just,
violence. That's why.
but I
It's
feel like
beyond
I
just
feel
the
like
violence. It was just like, hey, like let's just write these characters as like regular
I'm
fucking
telling you,
cartoon characters.
That's what really appealed to people. The fact that they were beating it. That's what
I,
appealed to the boys. That they were beating
I
it.
feel like it's hard to appeal to both genders having a girl as three girls as the main characters.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you don't really see that. You don't really see that.
The only way, like, if you can show the girls know how to kick ass and it's cool, like that's
Because
why.
Powerpuff Girls isn't considered like a girl show. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a show.
It's just a show, and I think
That's why when feminists try to make the argument that, like, oh, we hate these characters because they're girls, is like,
Yeah, no,
that
that shit always never made no sense. It's like, oh, we hate your characters because they're badly written. The fuck?
how come? Yes, like how come niggas like stuff like Powerpuff Girls or the
Totally
Life and
Spies.
Juniper Lee or Kim Possible.
Fucking My Life as a Teenage Robot, banger of a show, banger of a show.
But I feel like Powerpuff Girls was like at the start of that, like accepting, like, yo, this is a dope show. This is not just a girl show.
Yeah,
but this is a dope show.
Powerpuff Girls walk.
Yeah.
So and like I said, we can't get rid of both Powerpuff Girls and Totally Spies. So we gotta get girls in there, bro. You gotta get the Powerpuff Girls in there, bro.
Go Powerpuff Girls on that one. Damn, cold man, I love y'all, but
all right, Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Justice League.
It's tough.
Yo, look at Gio's face.
Yeah, I'm going with you.
As much as I love Justice League, I want to go with Courage.
Going Courage.
I'm going to go Courage, Cowardly Dog.
You guys are crazy.
Nah, bro.
I seen a good amount of Justice League though. Like I seen a good amount. I ain't finished
Another
it.
example of a show that really pushed boundaries. Like Justice League.
Bro, Courage pushed boundaries too. Courage pushed so many boundaries.
I know, but we're talking episodic storytelling in cartoons. You can thank Justice League for really pushing back.
Courage pushed the boundary of horror. Bro, you know there's like not a single jump scare in Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yeah, I know.
Man.
I'm good on that. But I'm saying
there's not a single jump. Did you
that.
realize that, EJ? That there's not a single jump scare in this Courage the Cowardly Dog show? But this shit terrified a generation, bro.
If you're talking about the development of cartoons shifting from episodic storyline telling to serialized storyline telling, like
it has the chronological, like being able to tell a story. You know what I'm saying? Like it has that. I'm not denying that. But I feel like Courage,
bro, the mix of media that they used in
Courage
the Dog.
Courage has so much, man.
Here's why I'll give it to you guys. Why I'll go with Courage.
Only because you don't go with Courage. You can go. You
don't got to. Yeah.
The reason I'll do this is because Justice League.
What do you mean? I'll do this. Like I control the remote. The fuck is wrong with you?
Justice League has some great stories, but the real storyline, the real serialized storytelling and like epic across seasons thing doesn't happen until Justice League Unlimited.
Well, I mean, you can consider them the same show if you want. I just had to pick a thumbnail. Like you can consider them the same show.
I'll go with Justice League since you guys both.
I really fuck with cartoons. I fuck with cartoons that have such a nice mix of media. Courage the Cowardly Dog really goes out of its way to like push the boundaries of the medium that it's in. They go from the claymation to the double end, like the animation. They also have such good adult themes. Bro, I will never forget the episode where Courage the Cowardly Dog is suddenly helping these two prostitutes run away from their pimp. Why the fuck was I watching that as a kid, bro?
I was saying Justice League had that same what do you call it? Dark storylines, character development, superb.
This day, I quote this fucking show to this day. How now, Brown Cow? I say that shit randomly for no fucking reason, bro.
Yeah, it's good. What?
And Courage has so many interesting, like, I guess, villains. You know, like so many memorable ones.
And
so
none of them ever threatened with gratuitous violence. Like that was never the threat that was going on. Even when the literal devil comes onto the show, like it's never like, oh, I'm going to like harm you, maim you. No, it was just like the threat of what's going to happen to his parent, like to Muriel, really, bro. Mm-hmm. Such a good show. And look, bro, I fuck with Justice. I really do. I really do.
They were good.
Superb voice acting.
I'm going Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh my god, this is also
Ed and Eddie. Skip next. Ed and Eddie.
Oscar's home.
Yo, bro, how are y'all not debating this? How are y'all not debating
this? This is not a debate.
This isn't a debate, bro.
No,
bro. I literally had to go back and edit this to add Foster's in here. You heard Foster's wasn't in this list, and you were like, "How is Foster's not in this list?" How you gonna look me in the face?
Side note. Nah, this is why. This is why. I love Foster's, right? But Ed and Eddie is probably, to me, it's like it holds a nostalgic feeling for me. That's like one of the first cartoons I ever watched. It's probably the best. To me, if I was ranking my own list, it'd be probably Ed and Eddie would probably be number one. So I'm not putting anything else over Ed and Eddie. As far as Cartoon Network, I'm not putting anything over it.
Well, and I'm going Foster's. Very imaginative and interesting concept. One of the greatest movies ever. But their movie was a fucking.
Foster started off great, but my problem with Foster's was I feel like the run wasn't that. Like it started trailing off when they introduced Cheese. It got kind of corny at that point because they started doing more stuff with him.
Cheese is in like 4 episodes, bro.
Cheese is meant to be annoying.
Yeah,
it wasn't the annoying part, but
like Mac hates cheese, and it's really just like the joke is mac and cheese.
And then Blue, he was cool at first, and then I feel like his development fell off. It started trailing off towards
Blue is an asshole. Like Blue is literally just an asshole. But he needed to be an asshole because that's the type of shit. He was
cool in the beginning, though. He was mad cool in the beginning.
Nah, the whole purpose of Blue is to show you how Mac is like evolving past Blue. Like Blue stays the person he needed when he was like a little kid being bullied by his brother. But as Mac develops and like matures, he doesn't need Blue as much. Hell, there was a whole episode about that because Blue really thought Mac wasn't going to come see him anymore. Because that was the story for every other imaginary friend in Foster's. That their kid is like, they visit a lot Mac, and then one day they just stop showing up.
Yeah, because he's thinking that him and Mac will be forever because that's his imaginary friend. So it's like he wants to still, huh?
It's like his dad. He's literally his creator.
Yeah, but it's just more of like the that idea of like not wanting to see this person grow past things that you used to love as a kid.
Well, so for a lot of these imaginary friends, they can't grow. Like they were made a specific way.
That's what the home is for. Yeah. Even Wilt's character, I love Wilt, man. He can't ever say no. Like he's mad polite. I remember that episode.
They did have an episode where they try to show you like while they can't evolve, they can like learn lessons. So Wilt eventually says no, but he still goes back to being like the same nice guy. He's just like
he's just a nice guy,
like, once in a while. You know, like his core personality just doesn't change.
Mm-hmm. Foster's 100.
Bro, what you going with, Red?
I'm going with Foster's, bro.
Yeah,
bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even like Ed and Eddie when at first. I didn't like that show.
Ed and Eddie, man, so many characters.
I didn't like Ed and Eddie first too. It grew on me.
Yeah, it grew on me. I definitely fucked with it later, right?
Here's the thing, EJ. Now you know how I felt watching you both choose Courage the Cowardly Dog over Justice League. I was like, that's crazy.
We're going Foster's, bro. Ben 10 versus Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my god! And you know what's so funny? You have the show that was the anthem for young boys versus the show that was the anthem for young girls. And both shows inspired love from both sides, too. Like, girls remember Ben 10 and say, I remember, even young girls, I've been like, oh, yeah, one of my favorite shows was Ben 10. I watched the whole thing. I just sat there and watched it. one day, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, I remember Ben 10." I'm like, "Wow, like you're kind of young. You actually saw that show?" And they're
Well,
like, "Yeah, I used to watch it."
Benson's still on technically, so
Yeah.
Well, not but they don't even talk about the corny version. They be remembering the old
because it
school.
started when an alien device did what it did. It put itself
That's
upon his wrist with
put
secrets that
itself
it hid.
on the list and revealed the secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers.
He's no
He's
ordinary kid. He's bro. Banger of an intro, right?
Have you ever
Banger of
heard?
an intro.
Have you ever heard the theme song in slow motion? Sounds cool as fuck.
No, I don't think I have heard it in slow motion.
I heard it in slow motion. It starts sounding like this hard rock sound. It turns to a hard rock song. When
All right,
you slow it
EJ,
down.
go first. What are you doing?
Or Powerpuff Girls.
Damn, this is hard. This is so hard.
Yo, Vanguard, what are you doing?
This time I'm just gonna go with my heart, what I relate to more, and that's gonna be Ben 10, man. Ben 10 shaped my childhood, and then when I rewatched it, and I remember when I
You
rewatched
literally
it,
have a whole series kind of inspired by Ben.
yeah, sort of, yeah. The thing I created was inspired by Ben 10. So like, it's crazy because it's like Ben 10 when I rewatched it, right? I didn't expect I thought the old one was gonna be kind of cool, but then when I watched and it actually stood up and it was actually really good. I'm really in tune in this 10-year-old's adventures, and I'm like 20 years old. I'm like 24 years old. And I'm like, wow, I really want to see what this 10-year-old gets into next. You know? It's like
yeah, bro. Like I gotta give it to Ben 10 too. Like, yo,
Mm.
I really do appreciate Powerpuff
I
Girls.
go with my heart on that one.
I look, bro. I love Powerpuff Girls. I really do. But that's Ben 10, bro. That's
acceptable.
That's Benjamin
acceptable.
Tennyson right there.
Who wins
That
in a fight?
that nigga never lost it in his life, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't lose it. Remember, I said I think his superpower was luck, and that's a fan theory that his power that he had that anodite magic within him, and that's why he would win all the time because it was his magic.
I'm the conqueror of 10 worlds. I've come to take you, Ben Tennyson. And Ben 10 pulls up, uses one alien, beats that nigga's ass. Come on.
Remember that joke when I was like talking about you want I'm the conqueror of 10 worlds. I'm like, yo, you win. I can't even conquer my own life. You talking about conqueror of 10 worlds?
Oh my god, bro! And you know what's the most disrespectful about that fight is Ben wasn't even worried about that nigga Vilgax. He really wasn't. He was like,
Everyone was
damn.
terrified. Yeah.
He was like, damn, my aliens are missing, and if I don't get them back, they're gonna die. That's what he was stressed about.
Yeah.
He was stressed he's gonna lose one or two of the 10 million aliens he got. That's what this nigga was stressed. He was like, yo, Vilgax is an afterthought, bro.
Yeah, that was the ultimate alien era when Ben became like a what do you call it? A
This nigga's
self-absorbed.
name might as well have been Chadwick Boseman. This nigga's name
he
is Chad as fuck, bro.
Yeah, he was so used to winning by
All right.
Ultimate Alien that he
You
was
gonna
not
pick Ben
worried at
10.
all.
Courage versus
Courage.
Foster's.
My God.
Courage.
Okay, you know what? I'll give it to Courage this
If
time.
y'all
give
say
it Courage.
Foster's better than that too, y'all crazy.
We ain't got to. Ooh, this is for semifinals.
Okay, now they're just trying to fuck with me.
Well, this is the semifinals. It's Courage versus Ben 10. And then after this, I have to give it to Ben 10. I have to give it to Ben 10.
Shit.
I have
You
to
gonna
give it to Ben 10. I have to. 100% I have to.
I'm gonna go.
It has to be 10. It has to be the Tennyson, bro. There is
I'm
no
gonna go
other option.
I'm gonna go Ben 10 only because of the run. Only because of the run.
Okay,
But Courage had a great run, but it didn't have a Ben 10 type of run.
You're not gonna like you gonna like the next matchup though, because it's Ben 10 versus Teen Titans. That's why it had to be Ben 10. It could not be Courage the Cowardly Dog because it'd be such a one-sided matchup, bro. All right.
Yeah, this is hard.
All right. I'm gonna need a 2-page cited essay why the one you want wins with.
Jesus Christ.
These are both
premier action cartoons. Both boys, like young men's fantasies right here, being a superhero or being a superhero. Like, you got the coolest motherfucker to ever exist versus the luckiest kid to ever do it.
I would say Ben is the perfect stand-in, as he literally was the same.
Teen Titans has more of a diverse cast of characters.
That's true.
I mean,
all
right. So they got Raven, we got Charmcaster. They got my young boy Robin here. They got Ben. They got
See,
Cyborg.
but
Cyborg fills in for the Uncle Max
wait.
era
But
sometimes.
Charmcaster wasn't really a member of the cast.
All right, well,
Yeah.
Charmcaster, Gwen,
you
you
reach
know,
with that one. You reach
Yeah.
it.
Charmcaster and Gwen, they both do their little magical thing sometimes.
Oh, Gwen,
bro.
you could say Gwen. Okay, let's think about the main characters across the Ben 10 franchise.
Look, bro, Teen Titans got
You got Kevin
I was
Levin.
capping.
Let's take this to its conclusion. You got Ben Tennyson. You got Max Tennyson. You got Gwen Tennyson and Kevin Levin.
Yeah, those are the main recurring characters.
You got
in both
Arjit.
series.
Arjit would appear a lot. The skeevy alien
in the
tiny
second
skeevy-
series. In the second series, right?
Yeah, Arjit would appear very
I'm
often.
gonna give it to Teen Titans because,
Nah,
like
bro,
I said,
I need you to deeply think about this, bro. Come on.
no,
Really
because of those individual characters. Like people still, like you said, with Beast Boy, like people still talk about him because of that show. People still talk about Raven because of that show. Like Teen Titans is one of the few shows.
Come on, bro. Like
where,
people still talk about this nigga Ben 10 Tennyson, bro.
Yeah,
Where's my watch?
Where's
Where's my jacket, my nigga? Do I gotta go put the outfit on, bro?
He's the main character though. They're gonna talk about him.
Had a reboot.
But this nigga stay getting reboots. How many shows did this man spawn?
But it's like, it seems like with them, like when you ask people about Teen Titans, like how many characters you know in a singular show are like almost equally beloved, right? Like,
Alright, so the reason I can't really give you that one though is because like they exist beyond the medium of just Teen Titans.
that's who that. Yeah.
So like that nigga Robin came in with the following, right?
Yeah,
like,
Robin.
he came in with the following. He's
right.
like, I am Dick Grayson. I am the son of Batman, right?
Yeah,
Like he got that
He
shit.
got that going for him.
But I mean, the version of Robin they used was more. Well, I mean, then again,
That was Dick Grayson.
yeah, I know, but like people do argue that he had more traits similar to Tim Drake. But if you read the run that Teen Titans was inspired by, the new Teen Titans, that version of Dick was very serious a lot of the time.
I always like to think that this Robin had like a lot of traits of like all of them because he was still like he was real angry too. He was like he was Jason Todd angry. he had some anger issues, bro.
That was only sometimes.
Bro, that nigga Slade came on and he saw red. He did not. He was like smoke demon.
Slade fucked him up. Like Slade turned him against his friends and like ruined his life. Yes. So that's why he still had all that unresolved anger against
Bro, I'm
Slade.
saying like this man, like he's like an amalgamation of the Robins, in my opinion.
That's another thing. Slade. They gave us one of the
most Slade.
Such a cool villain.
Slade. Bro, I won't lie. Slade got it. I was afraid of Slade. I was not sweating no nigga named
Vilgax.
Voiced by the amazing Ron Perlman, right?
I was not sweating no nigga named Vilgax.
Yeah, I think it was Ron Perlman. Yeah. That was Ron Perlman who voiced him. Did a fucking amazing job.
Bro, I won't even lie. Teen Titans got me into shipping, bro. When I saw Robin and Raven getting a little too close, I was like, yo, relax yourself. You got Starfire, bro. Relax. Keep your hands to yourself.
You know what? I'll give it to Teen Titans. I won't be biased. Ben 10.
Bro, Ben 10 is lit, but the more I talk about it, and I keep thinking about Trouble in Tokyo. That movie was fire.
Bro, like what show got a better theme than that? Like
Ben 10 can compete with that theme.
Yo, yeah.
That theme, though, I know they got a good theme, but Teen Titans.
I feel like that beat of Teen Titans is better, but the lyricism in Ben 10.
Yeah.
I feel like a song that can go up against both of these and really go for the lyricism and the beat, it would be the Danny Phantom theme.
It's the lyricism. Oh, the Danny Phantom theme is
because like, bro, they got the lyricism and they got the beat. You're just like,
Danny Phantom
to the next bracket, man.
Fine. Teen Titans wins.
What I loved about Danny Phantom is when they had those title cards, and then like a modified version of the theme would play. It's like
here's the definitive bracket. If you have anything to say about it, tell your mom. Don't tell me.
You know what? I'll give it. Teen Titans getting all the way to the end makes sense. I'll say that.
I don't think
makes sense. Can't get mad at that.
Because I would have if I could look back on it and be like, actually, if this was over there, I'm cool with it. But now we gotta move on to Nick.